Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I'm back with another episode of Paranormal Talk, Paranormal Lab Test. So today we're going to be doing a revisit to one of my most popular tests. We're going to be going back and checking out the reality ripple filter on TikTok. So here's the deal, guys. I've been corrected by a lot of people on this video in the comments about the way that I presented the application or the filter itself. And I get it, guys, okay? I understand that I was incorrect on what I thought the filter was doing. I knew in my head it was wrong, but I had to go off of what the research said. So here's the deal. When I researched it originally, what I was told was this filter. It would detect residual heat in an object, and that heat would then disperse out and cause a ripple effect in the filter. However, as we all know, thermal cameras do not exist on a cell phone. Can you buy an attachment that attaches to your cell phone for a thermal camera? Yes, you absolutely can. Flare puts them out, and there's multiple other companies that put them out. But the cell phone itself is not a thermal camera, therefore it's not going to detect any form of residual heat whatsoever. And I knew that testing this filter. However, guys, I had to tell you what I found in my research, and that was what it told me. Knowing what I know now, the filter actually takes the residual light reflections off of an object, and that is what formulates the ripples. So these ripples, therefore, are not heat, they're just light bouncing off. They're refracting through the camera, causing this ripple effect on the filter. So, second thing, when I went through and I watched the original clips of people claiming that they saw spirits, right? I'm not gonna lie, a few of them were convincing. You got spirits appearing behind them, or if they come around a corner, a spirit would appear. They were convincing to someone who has no knowledge of the paranormal. I personally still kind of stand firm on the fact that I think it's nothing more than the motion of the camera causing an optical illusion or pareidolia, whatever you would like to call it. However, since this video was so popular and people have been constantly telling me how I did it incorrectly, we're going to test this more in depth, and I'm ready for it. So guys, this is the revisit to the reality ripple filter on TikTok, Paranormal Talk, Paranormal App Test. Let's get it. Hey guys, welcome back to Paranormal Talk. If you've ever watched any of my videos before, you should be well aware that not all of my content is suitable for all ages. This is your parental advisory, explicit content warning. Enjoy the video. So my idea here, guys, is I'm going to test this application and...
Hey Nick, hang on a second.
I don't know who you are, and I have no idea why you're interrupting me, but it better be important, so please. You know what? What do you have to say? Let's hear it.
Before you move forward
With your video,
would I be wrong
to say that
you're actually testing
a filter,
not an
application?
Well, no, you're not technically wrong. It is, a filter built into an application. But yes, in reality, Mr. Technicality, it would be a filter, not an application. I guess I could agree with that assessment.
Well, then Nate,
Call it what it is.
it's a filter,
Not an application.
test.
And this filter has
Been misleading to
a lot of people.
I can't wait to
See what you come up with.
Well, guys, you heard the man. Call it what it is. It's a filter. Yes, it is a filter, but it's a filter inside of an application. So therefore, we are going to leave this in the application test section of my videos. So with that being said, I am really, really excited to retest this filter. Since people have been coming through and pointing this stuff out to me on the video in the comments, guys, I appreciate this. And I love the fact that you're interacting with me. And I love your ideas. So You know what? Let's test this filter, guys. Reality Ripple filter. Let's get it. Alright, so I'm going to try to move a little bit slower with this because there was a complaint last time I tested it that I moved the camera around just way too fast. However, that's the thing, is I'm trying to trigger the movement. I'm trying to trigger the effect. So it actually does seem to work better in this particular direction, as you can see what the effect is supposed to do. And, you know, it's an interesting concept. This might or might not catch spirits, but I'm still not 100% sold on it. Okay, so one of my YouTube comments by Alex Doyer was, please zoom. He zooms all the way out. I'm zoomed out as far as I can go. So, because he basically said, you know, that he sees spirits on his property and stuff when he zoomed all the way out. Well, this is as far back as I can zoom. However, I will say, I don't seem to be able to... Oh, okay, so if you zoom in and out really quick, it does trigger the effect, so that's interesting to know. I'm not going to say that this filter cannot pick up spiritual activity, guys, and that's what a lot of people took away from my last test of this. That wasn't what I was saying at all. What I was saying was I don't see it as being necessarily as plausible as people think it is due to the way that the filter itself is actually designed to work. Now, I did say it picked up on heat last time, and, you know, as I know now, that's obviously not the truth. See, I mean, you can do this right here, and that creates like a figure-esque. I'm not even really moving it all that fast, guys. This is what I was talking about by how this filter just basically creates an optical illusion as you pan around any given room at any particular time. So another suggestion that I got from another YouTube watcher from Brooklyn Cavanas basically asked me to try panning slower and to go to a cemetery with the app or with the filter. That is something that I do plan on doing at some point in time, as my parents live across the street from a cemetery. So that's something that's very easily done. It's just I have to get the time to go up there. All I'm doing now is I'm just walking around trying to get this effect to trigger, because I want to show you guys how easy it is to get this to trigger. As if you move too fast, that happens. But if you move too slow with it, nothing apparently seems to happen. But, you know, from what I've seen, those are the videos and people are claiming to catch spirits on. But the thing is anytime I see them catch one of these quote-unquote spirits, they're walking around a corner or they're coming down a staircase, and it just kind of pops up, and I really do feel like it's an optical illusion. Alright guys, so this is my continuation of the testing of the Reality Ripple filter. I'm trying to see how well this filter reacts with my new phone. I recently upgraded mid-process of this test, by the way. So I don't know how well the camera will pick up with this filter on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It should be about the same. As you can see here, just kind of, I don't know, it's weird. Just kind of depends on how you move it, if anything actually gets picked up. I'm just really not a fan of how this reacts, and this is my new YouTube filming station, which you guys will see this summer once it warms up and I can come up here in the attic a little bit more. So one of the recommendations I had on my YouTube channel was just try moving a little bit slower. So we're gonna give that a shot. And I don't know how well that's gonna work. Okay, so it picks up the brick wall. So this person said that they get good results whenever they move a little bit slower with the camera. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm going to sit here at my new YouTube filming chair for the summertime. Just kind of see what happens. We just got a little bit of motion blur here in the background as the filter's supposed to react. Not seeing anything happening. Charlie, how you doing back there, buddy? It's been a while since we had you in a video. You doing all right? That snake tasty? Yeah, good deal. I know I'm talking to a plastic skeleton, guys. You guys must think I'm losing my fucking mind. Well, guess what? I can't lose what I never had to begin with. So I don't think that this moving a little bit slower seems to be helping any. And as a matter of fact, it seems to be making the filter react a lot less often, which is not what we're looking for here. We want the filter to react more often to better our chances. Alright guys, so I'm making this video as I'm bringing things up to the attic, and a lot of the people that have watched the original Reality Ripple filter test have told me that I was under a misunderstanding as to how the actual filter worked. So the filter does not pick up residual heat, which, let's face it, I was kind of skeptical on to begin with because this is not a thermal imaging camera. This camera does not have that kind of capability. But instead, it picks up the residual light reflecting off of objects and therefore creates this. So my question is, I guess, and I'm going to test this tonight. How well does this work in the dark? Will it work with just the reflection of the light off the phone? You know what? I believe to fully test this filter, that's how we're going to have to continue on with this test. So tonight, I'm going to shut all the lights off. We're going to go dark, and we're going to test this filter. 0 lights. Okay, guys, so this is more of a mere curiosity. It's dark out, and I want to see if this filter is going to work outside in any way, shape, or form. I just want to see if it picks up anything throughout the yard. So let's give this a shot. All right, so I got the filter on. Doesn't seem to be reacting whatsoever. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. I want to see if I can get it to react off of anything. Ah, there we go. Okay, so the filter is definitely on. As you can see, it's reacting. I don't see it picking up on anything in the yard. I think it's a shovel. It's either a shovel or a damn raccoon again. Alright, so using this outside in the darkness is kind of not going to work. So we'll try something else. Alright guys, so it's dark now. And as I said, I want to see how this filter reacts when it's completely dark. I have a feeling that it's not going to do anything at all. But you know what? I don't honestly know. So I'm really intrigued to see how this would work out, because I feel like if the filter works in the dark, then maybe you'll be more apt to catch spirits in the dark. Why? Because there should be really nothing interfering with the lens of the camera. So with that being said, let's test it out. Alright guys, going dark in 3, 2, 1. Interesting. So guys, it is completely pitch black in here, and as you saw, it worked for the first few seconds, and now it's not really doing anything. So I want to come in here where I have a little bit of ambient light and see what happens. So I have a little bit of ambient light, and it definitely seems to work. So this tells me 100% that the light itself is what's causing the filter to react. It's not heat, because if it was heat, then as I walk into this room here, it would still work. So this is really interesting, and this is not, in all honesty, going to help me at all at this point in time in this test. I'm going to try turning the camera around and see what happens then. Alright guys, so I have the camera turned around, and as you can see, it definitely does not seem to react whatsoever in darkness. I'm currently waving my hand in front of the lens. I don't know if you can see that shadowing there or not. That's my hand. So it definitely is not reacting in any way, shape, or form. If I come out here to the kitchen, you can see where the ambient light is. If I do this, then it does somewhat react. It reacts to the wall. It reacts as it normally, in a way, should. So if I come back out here into the darkness, nothing. I'm waving my hand in front of it right now. So I feel as though I have adequately tested this portion in the dark. I don't think testing it in the dark is going to help me out whatsoever. So we're just going to wait, and then we'll continue on with some more testing. Alright, so I gotta go down and check the oil level anyway. So we're gonna give this filter a shot in the basement, where there should really be nothing down here that will resemble a human figure in any way, shape, or form. Let's head down the stairs. See what we got. I was told by someone that they would like for me to pan a little bit slower. So I'm gonna give that a shot. As you see, it's your run-of-the-mill basement. Nothing special. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen me down here before. And I'm going to watch my head, because I almost always hit my head down here. That's just a reflection off the light. If you saw that, there was nothing paranormal. I'm not seeing anything appear down here. Let's try facing the camera in the other direction. Alright guys, so far I'm not seeing anything appear down here in the basement that would scream supernatural or paranormal to me. So we're gonna just kind of see if maybe you hear that. That's the damn cat upstairs. So I'm gonna kind of pan around, see if maybe we can get something to appear behind us, perhaps. And at this current moment, well, I mean, that could have been the piping. You see that behind me? Let's see if I can get to do it again. Okay, so I don't know what exact, there it is. So yeah, it's the piping. Okay, so y'all saw that, right? It's the piping up here is kind of causing an optical illusion to appear behind me. See if I can get it, there it is. So I don't know. So I think we've kind of debunked that part. I'm not seeing anything down here that would tell me in any way, shape, or form that this filter is picking up a spirit in the basement. So guys, as you could tell, when we go blackout, we go lights off, no light. The filter reacts for the first few initial seconds that you turn the lights off. However, after that, 0 lux, you can't see anything. The filter does not react whatsoever. And that is what I was actually hoping would happen.
Nate,
It's time.
you've tested this
Filter quite
enough. You
have the information.
you need.
Do your
Final conclusion.
You know what? I kind of agree with this weird masked dude who just keeps randomly appearing. By the way, what is your name?
Names are
nothing but a label.
just not.
Oh,
I
I
popped in to help, and I may.
return again. We'll see.
Well, either way, even if Weird Mask Guy doesn't tell me his name, he's right, guys. I think it's time for me to come in with my final conclusion. So, Reality Ripple Filter by TikTok. Guys, I vigorously tested it this time. This video was almost triple the length of my last one, and I saw nothing throughout my testing that did not scream to me natural reflection of light. Even in the basement with the piping, you know, I was able to debunk that. When we go lights out, nothing at all happens except for the first few initial seconds. And any time that I caught something with this filter, I was almost instantly able to break it down to a natural cause. Now, am I saying that people are not seeing spirits with this application filter at some point in time? No, I'm not saying that at all. Why? Because I wasn't there when the original footage was caught. What I can tell you is based off of my own personal experience using this filter that I saw nothing that defies a natural explanation. So with that being said, I think that if you've had an experience with this app that you think you've caught a spirit, please send me the video on my Facebook or my Instagram. I would love to see it. I want to know that this is legitimately a thing and not just something that people are seeing that has a natural explanation. They just don't know exactly how to naturally explain it because that's not what they're used to doing. With that being said, guys, I don't think there's anything to this, but that's just my opinion. As always, like the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Share this video if you found it informative. I'll see y'all next time. Nate signing out. This was Paranormal Talk, the revisit of the Reality Ripple Filter. I'll see y'all next app test.